I'd have to say that the Empress and Matthew are one and the same person. I feel almost ironically like me being dressed up in all of this artifice is closer to me being my authentic self than when I'm not. I grew up in London until I was 14 years old, so there wasn't an Iranian community there. I went to an Orthodox Ashkenazi Jewish school, which was challenging for me I was otherwise for many reasons. One would be I'm Mizrahi in an all Ashkenazi environment. Two would be I come from a completely secular family, but I'm in this ultra-Orthodox environment. And three would be that I was a very effeminate kid. At 14, I moved to Los Angeles with my mom, and all of a sudden now I'm amongst this massive community of Iranian Jews. There was a specific culture about it that I didn't relate to. At about 15 years old, I came out to my mom. I decided that I really loved drag and started kind of experimenting with my identity as far as gender is concerned. Being gay in itself created such havoc within my family and within the Iranian Jewish community. The drag thing was just like over the top. Like my mom was having a heart attack left and right, like every other day. So I thought, well, that's something I can control at least, so let me just not do that. In about 2016, my friend, Mastana Moghadam, she was like, I'm going to be hosting this panel for Iranian LGBTQ plus people. It's the first one we're doing. It's with JQ International. I was interested, but I legitimately thought like, who's going to come? There's going to be like 5 people there. So let me just go to be supportive. And I roll up, Persian Standard Time. I rolled up late and it was like, the place was packed to the brim. There was nowhere for me to sit. And I was like, what the hell happened in the last 10, 20 years that I've just been removed? Around the same time, I was introduced to Arya Marvazy. He started inviting me to all these JQ events to come in drag. That was right when I first started doing drag again. And I started to feel like maybe there's a place for me in the Jewish world after all. I added Mizrahi to my name, so I'm now the Empress Mizrahi, because I've really been leaning into my Jewishness, and I want there to be no question about who I am, my identity, where I come from, and that includes being queer, that includes being a drag queen, a gender nonconformist, gender queer, Iranian, and Jewish. I am 100% Jewish, and nothing will take that away from me. One of my biggest goals is to be as visible as I possibly can be so that no other Iranian or Jewish kid has to go through the things that I went through and feel like there's no place for them within those communities. I can see now that things were meant to happen as they happened. And I'm glad that I've discovered JQ at the time that I did, because at least I didn't go for another 20 years without having been a part of it. And it's given me a sense of belonging and a sense of home that I didn't have before. It's literally life-changing work that's being done.